Can I just say how happy I am that I do not have a beauty or makeup blog because, oh my goodness, I am struggling. Oh well. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and happy 2021. I am so happy to be out of 2020, but it already seems like 2021 is off to an interesting start, to say the least. But I decided just to focus on the positive and create some really great goals for myself. I hope you guys have some goals set for you. And with a new year comes lots of new content. And as I mentioned in one of my last videos, for the month of January, I have decided to split the month up into different theme weeks. So over on my Instagram, on my website, medalsandtiaras.com, and here on YouTube, I will be focused on weekly themes. And so my first theme for January, which was this week, is Running 101. And Running 101 is probably the topic that I get asked about the most. How do you start running? What do you do? How do I do this? So I have created daily blog posts that, again, I'll link below. Everything will be in the description that you guys can read through and just have as a resource if you or anyone that you know wants to start running in the new year or at any point. But especially I know a lot of people have fitness goals in the new year, so feel free to share with them. Feel free to just share your own advice in the comments or, reach out to me. But I'm so glad that I could just create something that I can share with everyone. I hope that it's helpful. But what I want to do in these videos is just give you a brief overview of what we talked about during the week. I do plan on doing some Q&As at some point, so I'll let you guys know about that. So I'll be answering some questions here on YouTube, also over on Instagram. So that you have to look forward to, and of course, even more after that. So for the first week, we again focused on Running 101, and day one was focused on a topic that is really near and dear to my heart. As a new runner, I started running in 2013, running seriously in 2013, and I had no confidence in myself. I had this sort of view of what I thought a runner was. I had to check all these different check boxes before I could call myself a runner. So that was stuff like I had to run every day. I had to run like 10 miles every day, enjoy it, be smiling and happy, not sweating, and just, all these crazy things that do not happen. And so I thought you had to do all that stuff before you could even call yourself a runner. So it took me a very long time before I called myself a runner, and I still didn't check almost any of those check boxes. So when I run 10 miles, I'm dying. It took me a long time to gain the confidence to even call myself a runner. So if I could help anyone and just share that experience with anyone that is also struggling with that, then that, touches my heart. That is like the goal of day one. And so I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of confidence in calling yourself a runner, no matter how far you run, no matter how, fast or slow you think you are. If you run 20 steps, if you run 20 miles, congratulations, you are a runner. So that was what day one was focused on. Day two, we really focused on how to prepare for your first run. Believe it or not, preparation for your first run begins days and sometimes even a week before your first run. So what you really want to focus on, I focused on 3 things. The first thing is what to wear. And so that was actually, some people were like kind of laughing at that, but I think it's a very serious topic. What do you wear on your first run? I do not suggest that you go out to Nike or wherever else, buy all this expensive running stuff, buy new running shoes and everything else, Garmin watches, all kinds of stuff that costs hundreds of dollars before you even run your first run. I think you need to give yourself some time, learn what your body likes, learn how you are as a runner, because we could be completely different people. I love Hoka shoes. I love, running in sports bras, like just sports bras. And so some people are not like that at all. And so you may think of yourself as one way, but actually end up being a completely different way. So I suggest that you do invest in one thing. And that one thing is athletic socks. So what you want to really focus on is making sure that you are protecting certain areas of your body. And so that, of course, needs to start, as a runner, starts with your feet. So you can get some athletic socks for $10 or less, and I guarantee you it is a worthy investment because blisters are terrible. Also, if you know that you may chafe or have a blister in some other place, then definitely focus on that as well. But again, your preferences are going to change as throughout your running career, and so especially as you start running longer distances, I've definitely noticed that I use different things for my long distance runs than I do for my short distance runs. And yeah, you'll just start to learn a little bit more about your body, but just make sure that you know what to wear. So definitely consult that blog post. Link is in the description. Another couple of things that you should focus on before your first run is your physical state. So make sure that you are hydrated. Make sure that you are eating well and getting a lot of sleep. Also, you should definitely focus on finding a warm up and cool down routine that works for you. So instead of just leaving your house and going on your run, you definitely need to warm up first. So make sure that you are avoiding injury at all times. Any possibility of injury, make sure that you are completely avoiding that. So that means hydrate, eat well, sleep well, have a warm-up routine, and also a cool-down routine. So I don't care how far you go, how fast you go, you definitely need to warm up first and cool down afterwards. So more information on that, definitely check out the blog. Third thing that you should focus on before you go on your first run is your mental state. So make sure that you are mentally prepared for this. So make sure that you have a plan, that you know where you're gonna run, and share that plan, share that route with your friends and family. So before I go on any run, no matter what distance it is, I always make sure that my husband knows where I'm gonna be. I may even share my through my Garmin watch, my live tracking link with him. And so he can actually follow me as I go. I normally do this on longer runs, but he has access to it. And it's super helpful. It also just gives you peace of mind just in case anything happens. And it also just gives you a little bit of a pick-me-up because sometimes you'll get some motivational texts or messages after that. So it's really great just to make sure that your friends and family know where you are, not only for safety, but they can cheer you on along the way as well. So another motivational factor could be music. So I love adding new music to my playlists. I love creating run playlists for different moods, for different distances, for different races. I actually have a Medals and Tiaras playlist on Spotify. So again, I'll put that link in the bio, but it is open and collaborative. It's for Disney music. So if you have any upbeat Disney songs that you love, put it in the playlist, and it's shared with, I think, over 100 people now. So it is a really great playlist to keep you going. So I'll be sure to put that in the description. But so I love music, and just find some motivational factors. Also would be great if you have a finish line treat. So once you are done with your race, done with your cool down, then you have something to look forward to, whether that's a food treat, like for me, it might be a cupcake or something else. Then it's just something that you come home to, looking forward to, and you're just treating yourself after treating your body really well, after getting out and making sure that you're active. So that was day 2 of Running 101. And day 3 of Running 101, we focused on actually getting outside and running. So what do? You have called yourself a runner, you have prepared, and now you're finally ready to get out and run. So me being sort of the crazy, analytical person, I literally Googled how to run before I started. I had no idea. I thought, do I just keep going until I feel like I'm gonna pass out and then turn around and hope I make it home? I needed a plan, I needed a strategy, and so I'm here to share that with you guys. And the method that I ended up using and that I love and I always recommend to people is the run, walk, run method. It was created and really popularized by the Olympian Jeff Galloway. Any of my Run Disney people will know him and should know the run, walk, run method really well. but it's basically an interval method where you run for a certain amount of time, you walk for a certain amount of time, and then you continue to do that until you hit either your time goal or your distance goal. So I'll give you an example. If you have a goal to run for 30 minutes, then you may have and let's say this is your first run, and you want to run for 15 seconds first, and then you want to walk for 30 seconds. So those are your intervals. So what you'll do is you'll start with your 15-second run, then you'll stop and walk for 30 seconds, and then you'll pick it up, you'll continue to run for 15 seconds, and you'll do that over and over again until you meet your 30-minute goal. So this is just a really great way to it removes the intimidation of having to run and be exhausted and just not really know how far you've gone, especially when you're beginning out, like just getting outside and running. It can be really intimidating. And so I loved this because it helped remove the fear and intimidation factor out of running for me. So I really love Run, Walk, Run. Visit the blog for more info, and then also check out Jeff Galloway's website for even more tips. So for the 4th day of Running 101, we focused on rest and recovery. You have called yourself a runner, you prepared, you got out there and you finished your run. Now it's super important to rest and recover. And again, even if you only ran for 1 mile, if you ran for 10 miles, rest and recovery is super important, and it will continue to be important throughout your entire running journey. So rest and recovery, what I do personally is I focus on a few things. I focus on my cool down routine immediately after my run. I focus on nutrition. I make sure that I'm staying well hydrated, that I get enough protein either through what I eat or through a protein shake or both. I focus on stretching and foam rolling. I just got a Theragun, so I'll be doing a review about the Theragun as well. And then I also do some light exercise, and I mean light exercise. So this is walking, this is yoga, restorative yoga. So just make sure that you're moving your body, but not to the point where you're going to be sore or uncomfortable the next day. Just to make sure that you're keeping your body moving, keeping your blood flowing, and that's good enough. And so definitely focus on rest and recovery. And then for the last day of Running 101, we focused on just other online resources. So again, as the sort of analytical person that needs to research everything before I, get started, I found a lot of resources online, and I just shared a few of them with you through that blog post. I could share 1,000 of them. So if you ever, wanted to get some more resources on a specific thing, reach out. I'm sure I have, 10 other links that I can send you. But so I just shared with you some of my favorite links. There are YouTube videos there. There are online guides. There's a dictionary. I didn't know what a tempo run meant. I didn't know about a lot of different terms. And so I thought that the dictionary was really helpful. And yeah, there's just a lot of really great resources there. So definitely highly suggest that you check that out. And that was Running 101. It was such a great week. I got to meet and speak to so many of you that are just starting out running, that have maybe been running for a little while but need a little bit of a refresher. So it was a really, really great week. Loved Running 101. I hope you guys did as well and learned some new things. So be sure that you are following me not only here on YouTube, but also on Instagram, and that you are subscribed to my blog. So next week, I am really excited for Running 102. So we are going to dive even deeper into the running topics. We're going to talk about cross training, training plans, and so much more. So definitely want to be sure that you are following me, subscribe to me on all of the different things so you don't miss any of the content. So be sure to like this video, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next.